welcome to a new vlog. If you're new, I'm Chanina. Hey girl, hey. I hope you guys are doing well today. So today we're just doing stuff, and I was supposed to be taking my husband to a doctor's appointment so that he can get some work done, but last minute he had to go into work, so I had to reschedule his appointment. Thank God I was still able to reschedule it versus having to cancel it and then call them to try to get a new appointment and all the things. So thank goodness I was able to reschedule it. So that just leaves me kind of somewhat of a free day. So I'm going to use today as a productive day. I'm going to go on with the plans that I originally had. My plan was to run some errands, take him to the doctor, go home, do some things that need to be done, because I wasn't really sure how long his doctor's appointment was going to be because of the things that he has to get done. So I just pretty much said that I wasn't going to work today, but then I almost backslid. I was kind of thinking to myself, well, I can work in the morning and then take him to the doctor and then, you know, do all the things. But I was like, you know what, let me not do that. I worked all day yesterday. I worked from 8 to 7. So I said, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and just stick to the original plan and be off so I can save on the extra gas and the mileage, let the car rest for a minute, for a day, and then we'll start it back up tomorrow. So far I've gone to Target to pick up a few things. I've gone to Dollar Tree because I forgot to get something in Target. I was hoping to get everything that I needed at Target, but there was a few things that they didn't have that I need. So I ended up going to Dollar Tree to get one of those things. But then I'm like, dang, I still need to go to Kroger. So I went to Kroger. One of the items that neither store had were eggs. So now I'm at Walmart hoping that they have some eggs. All right, so we're back home and I've got my haul set up here to show you guys. I've got Target, Dollar Tree, Kroger, and Walmart. So at Target, I did pick up the Jiffy cornbread. I've got some turkey sausage, got a small bottle of vegetable oil, some fabric freshener, the Up and Up brand, some disinfecting bleach, and some disinfecting wipes. So all those are the Up and Up brand. And the whole reason I went in there was to get some of these salt-free options for seasonings. So we've got the salt-free garlic and herb, salt-free Southwest chipotle, and the salt-free lemon pepper. So happy that they had those in stock. The only one that they didn't have in stock that I wanted to pick up was the garlic butter seasoning mix. So didn't get that. They didn't have any, but I was glad they had those. In Dollar Tree, I got a small bag of flour because for dinner I set out some chicken, so I'm gonna bake some and then fry some. So I needed some more flour. Didn't want to get a big bag. We don't use flour that often. I picked up an Airwick lavender. The other day when I was in Dollar Tree, they had a bunch of the clean linen ones, so I did get 3 of those, but they're gone. These don't really last like for a whole month, of course. It says up to 15 days. So I've had them plugged in the wall for almost 2 weeks now. But there's one that's empty, so I'm going to replace it with that. And I saw these over in the candy section, so I figured I'd pick this up for Olivia to try. This is sweet and sour swirls. So it's the 2 treats in one, and it has the sweet cherry sour lemonade, sweet blue raz and sour lemonade, sweet banana sour apple, sweet strawberry and sour strawberry lemonade. So got her that. And then I picked up another thing of foil. They also had this coconut water, which I really like. So far, I've tried the passion fruit, the pineapple, and now I'm going to try the mango. So that's everything from Dollar Tree. From Kroger, I went in there to get these 3 items, but they didn't have any eggs. They also didn't have any eggs over at Target. So I got some more bananas. As you can see, we're down to our last banana there. So I got some more bananas, got a head of cabbage, and then over at Walmart, I got a thing of eggs. These eggs were $6, y'all. For the large 12 count. Oh my goodness.
Don't just get any coffee. Drive a Ford. Starting under $30,000 MSRP, the new Ford Maverick and Ford Bronco Sport.
Well, did they get our email? Well, I am suggest they look at our email. Well, there's nothing to respond to if they don't take a look at our email. No, I completely agree with you.
Scouting wedding locations, so of course I thought it was fun.
You're near this budget crunch. My last one on
And we're back. So I just left out of the Goodwill. I was able to find a few things. They didn't really have a whole lot in there. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. They had a whole lot, just not in the color that was half off. So the half off color today was orange. So I was able to find some things. I was only looking for items that had orange tags. And I was able to find a few things. I was pretty excited looking. I didn't feel overwhelmed or anything because I am caught up on my drafts, you guys. I took all of the pictures last night. I already took some, so I uploaded those to the actual drafts. And then the rest of the books and mugs that I hadn't taken photos of, I went on ahead, did those. And so I just have to upload those to the drafts. And so for the most part, every item is drafted. I don't have anything that needs a draft. There are a couple of the books that I do still have to go back and do like the measurements on, but I think that'll be pretty quick. So yes, I am caught up. I don't have anything that needs a draft, so I feel pretty okay buying some inventory today. It took a long time too. I was on the computer for a long time doing those drafts. First of all, I had to go through and take the stickers off. Then I created the drafts, and then I took the photos. So that took quite a bit of time. That took quite a bit of time cleaning up everything. The only thing that I wasn't able to get any of the marks off was that Harry Potter tumbler. The Harry Potter tumbler, obviously it had been used. You could tell from the markings on the bottom. They were putting it in probably a cup holder or something. So I tried to get those off, but I couldn't get them off. So that's fine. I'm not pricing it extremely high because I am doing a bundle. So I'm not pricing it extremely high, but I am kind of starting off high so that I'm able to do discounts if I need to. So that's the plan. If I've got items that are sitting like every 30 days, then I'll run like a 1-day sale or something like that. We'll just have to see. Let's see what else. I still have those shirts. Remember those shirts I showed you guys from me cleaning out my husband's closet? I have not donated them, and my only hesitation is because I know that I could sell those. But it goes against what I am trying to do. I don't want to sell adult clothing. So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe create a store or a separate account where it's not necessarily a store per se, but just a separate account where I'm listing like miscellaneous things that I think would be worth money that I find maybe around the house or whatnot, right? Because I don't want to, it's only, well, first of all, I'm probably only going to do one listing for it. It's going to be a bundle. It's not going to be separate. So it's literally only, going to be one listing, and it'll have the Nautica sweater. It'll have the polo shirt. And I think there's another polo shirt that's a long sleeve, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look again. And then there's a pair of Dickie khaki shorts. So if I bundle all of those pieces together, they're plus size men, so they're all like 3X, 4X. I think it would sell pretty fast. I just don't want to put it in my coffee mug bookstore. Nor do I want to put them in the baby item store once I start working on that. I decided to go ahead and go with the baby clothing store. So both of those are going to be stores. So I'm going to have a store subscription for both, but I'm going to start with the store subscription on the coffee mug bookstore first, because I don't actually have any baby clothes to list. So I'll start that first, and then maybe after, about a month or so, I'll start working on shopping or resourcing baby clothes, and then I'll open that store. And then for the third store, which is not going to actually be a paid subscription store, I'm just going to have it like just regular, because I don't plan on listing a whole lot of stuff on there. That's in the plans. Those are my plans anyway. Whatever's in God's plans, that's what we're going to go with. But those are my plans. Or that's the idea that I have anyways. Put it like that. All right, so for all my ladies that have a nonprofit that helps veterans in some type of way, I have a grant opportunity for you guys. So this one is being offered through Home Depot. So the Home Depot Foundation Veteran Housing Grant Program is awarding grants to nonprofit organizations for the new construction or rehabilitation of multifamily permanent supportive housing for veterans throughout the United States, including Puerto Rico. So the grants fund physical construction costs and must comprise less than 50% of the total development costs of the project, while rural areas will be considered. Priority will be given to large cities with populations over 300,000 people. Specifically, there is a focus on projects in the following cities. They are looking to do these projects in Los Angeles, in San Diego, California, Denver, Colorado, Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, New York, Houston, Texas, and Seattle, Washington. Funding is up to, keywords, up to $500,000, and there's two deadlines, y'all. So there's March 21st of 2025 and July 3rd of 2025, and I'll make sure to put the link down below. I know sometimes I forget, so right after I am done telling you guys about this, I'm gonna pull up my YouTube and go ahead and post it to the community tab and get that going. So I do have a few items that I can show y'all from Goodwill. While everything is coming together on the stove. So today the color was orange, so I did find 3 books that were in the orange category. The coffee mugs were in a different category, so I got 3 books and 2 coffee mugs. One of the books that I got was Help Lord, I'm Having a Senior Moment, Notes to God on Growing Older. So we got that, and this was $191, so half of that. This one is called This Changes Everything, Capitalism versus the Climate, which is, it's saying now it's a feature documentary, and it is by Naomi Klein. If you guys have read any of these books that I've shown y'all so far, let me know down in the comments and tell me, you know, if it's a good read or not. So this one was an orange tag, $191, so half of that. And I thought this one to be interesting. It does have a little bit of wear. Let's see, where did I see it? There was like a little stain on the pages a little bit. Oh, well, down here in the front, but I'm gonna see if I can wipe that off. None of the other books have any, you know, wear and tear or any major damage to. Oh, this one has a bookmark in it. Okay. And now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. All right. So got that. But yeah, so the books, they weren't like, they don't have any marks in them. There's no tears. The pages aren't all bent up. The cover is still in decent condition. So I didn't, you know, I did inspect the books before I actually paid for them. But this one, I feel like this little stain right here, I could probably just wipe that off. If not, then, you know, of course, I'll just put it in the description. But it is in intimate detail: How to Choose, Wear, and Love Lingerie by Cora Harrington. So that's that on it. And, you know, it's pretty interesting. It's got How to Find Your Perfect Bra Fit. Talks about that. It gives you an idea of the shape of your boobs. It has photos. I'm not gonna show you guys that, but it does talk about, you know, breast shape and how to wash your lingerie, how to buy custom lingerie, vintage, all the things. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting to read. It's funny that Must have been at one time at Dollar Tree because it has one of their stickers on there. Yeah, it has one of their barcode stickers, and they put this in the category of cooking, which doesn't actually fit the book. But yeah, so got those 3. Thought that was interesting. And I picked up 2 mugs that I'm actually going to be selling as a set. These were the only 2 that they had. I feel like there could possibly be more, but I don't know. I'm going to research it and see once I pull off the sticker on the bottom. That's going to tell me a little bit of information about the mug. But this one, and the inside of this one is like a purple. And there's a girl on a bike on that one. And I keep these, by the way, to add to my shipping supplies that I'm building up as well. And then there's this one. So this is a guy and, well, 2 guys. One of them appears to be a bread baker or a baker. He's holding wine. The other one is holding something. And they're on a bike. So I thought that was pretty interesting. This one's on a bike, and what is she holding? I don't know what's really going on in this photo, but and I figured I could sell them together. They were 89 cents a piece, blue tag. And it could kind of be like a his and her set. Just cute, you know. I'm trying to pick coffee mugs that are somewhat unique and different. Not just your old standard coffee mug. Something that has a little bit of character to it. Which, by the way, that Alaska coffee mug. So I did do a little bit more research on that one. Okay, so far, before I get to that. So my total ended up with tax ended up being $5.53. So I have to tally up all of the things that I've purchased so far to see what my running total is as far as cost of goods or total cost of goods. But anyway, so the Alaska mug, I did do some research on that, and it turns out it is a vintage mug. So if you guys didn't see that video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I think it's the last video. I did a thrift store haul with y'all, and this was the mug. So I didn't find the exact one. However, I found one that was very, very, very similar. You could tell it came from the same family. The only thing that was different was the photo. So this one has the polar bear with the dog sled and the person driving the dog sled. On the other one, it had the word Furbank, enter into Furbank or in the Furbanks or something like that, with an eagle in the mountain in the background, if I'm not mistaken. And I only saw there's one seller selling that mug on Etsy, and that was literally the only one that I saw that looked exactly like this mug. Like I said, the only difference is the people, the animals, and the little person on the other mug. Oh, in Alaska, on the other mug, it had Furbank something and an eagle, and I believe that was it. And let's see, how much were they selling it for on Etsy? I don't feel like pulling it up because I can't even remember. I want to say they were selling it for somewhere between $19.99 and maybe $29.99. Don't quote me on that, but they do have it listed as vintage. So, and it took a while for me to search to find some picture of something that was close to this to get an idea of what, because it doesn't have, the only wording that it has on it is this ACE 98 or ACE 98, and that's it, other than the word Alaska. But yeah, so it's a vintage mug. Now, what that noise is on the inside, I still have no idea. I've re-inspected this mug under the ring light, took photos, took really good photos of the items, even took a couple of photos of this little hole right here. I put in the description on the box where if you click that it's used, then it allows you to type in the condition of the mug. So I was very specific with this particular mug. How much I'm gonna price it for, I have no idea, because I don't want to price it too low, but I really have no idea how much I should price it for, being that it is vintage, right? Or considered vintage at this point, because it's 2024. This says 98 though. So the 90s, are the 90s considered vintage now? Oh, if that's the case, am I vintage? Because I was born in the 80s, so girl. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I got from Goodwill. So let's see. Am I gonna go ahead and well, I need to do some research on, well, I need to write down, because I've got my little notebook here and I'm gonna write them down. So actually what I need to do first before I even do anything with those is go ahead and upload the photos to the drafts that I have left, and then everything in that bin will be done. I won't have to go back to it for anything, you know. As far as like the measurements on the books, if somebody asks, here's how I'm gonna do that, because I know that's like a small detail that I'm going to forget to do if I don't do it at the time that I'm creating the draft, right? Which there's probably gonna be times where I don't do that either. So if I do a sell similar or sell one like this and it already has the measurements, then boom, great. If they don't have the measurements, or if I have to create the draft from scratch, I think I'm just gonna leave the measurements blank. I don't feel like the measurements for books are as important as it is for clothing, if that makes sense. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not an expert. I'm pretty much starting over from scratch with eBay. So that's just my personal opinion. I feel like people aren't really caring the exact measurements of a book. You know what I'm saying? Versus like if I were selling clothes, then, you know, people would want to know how big the waist is on a pair of pants, or the waist, or whatever, how long are the sleeves, that sort of thing. But for books, I don't know, when I go buy a book, I'm not thinking to myself, I wonder what size book this is, you know. That's just me. Anyway, so yeah, I thought about that. I was like, you know what, why am I stressing myself about going back to each draft? Because I didn't even write down the books that didn't have the numbers already filled in, or the ones where I had to create from scratch. I didn't even write it down. So I would literally have to go listing by listing to figure out which one is missing that spot. And I think that's just more work than needed. Like I said, I could be wrong, but anywho, so that's that on that. I'm gonna actually end the video here. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and end the video here, y'all, and I will catch y'all on the next one, God willing. If you guys want to subscribe, do so. We welcome you all to the family. Turn on your notification so that you don't miss anything that I post on this channel, and leave a comment down below, say hello, and I will see you guys on another video. Bye.